Welcome back to Radio Faces, brought to you by HCC TV. We're here in our Clear Channel studios. We just got off the air doing In the Trenches on Sports Talk 790. He's Greg Cook. I'm Indy Kalu. This is the fourth quarter, last segment. Let's get right into it. Expectations of the upcoming season. I'm just going to ask outright, is it a given that your Houston Texans win the AFC South this year?
I think it's a 95% chance that they're
Wow.
going to win the AFC South. I fully expect that. But watch out for the Tennessee Titans. They also improved themselves. Kenny Brett, their star receiver, is coming back from an injury. They pick up speedster Kendall Wright from Baylor, who's going to give them a vertical threat on both sides of the field. Chris Johnson comes back after not holding out, and I think he's going to return to form. And they pick up an intriguing guy in the draft, Zach Brown. This is a linebacker that runs a 4.3 40 that's going to add to a Tennessee Titan defense that they already think's pretty good, Indy. So watch out for the Titans. And don't forget that the Texans aren't playing that cream puff schedule they played last year. They've got a very tough schedule this year. They play the NFC North, so that's Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit. None of those are givens. They got to play Baltimore. They got a tougher schedule, so we're going to see whether they act like the Houston Texans that we think they're going to act like, or are they going to be the last year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers who went from 10-6 to 6-10.
Wow, with all that being said, you still give them 95%. I'm with you. I think Tennessee is going to be their biggest foe, the biggest competitor. When you look at Indianapolis, I don't like the term rebuilding year, but you have to think it's going to be a rebuilding year. Most of their talent is going to be young rookies with the two tight ends that they drafted. Dallas Clark is gone. Peyton Manning, we know, is gone. Andrew Luck, there's going to be some time spent learning what's going on, learning the speed of the NFL. So I don't expect much from Indianapolis. Jacksonville, I don't know what they're doing. As much as the many woes as they had last year, they use a third-round pick on a punter. I mean, I just don't know what's going on with that organization.
Plus, I think Justin Blackman's overrated. I don't know if he's the seventh player picked. And I think they had a lot more holes to fill than Justin Blackman.
Oh, they had many holes. That's why I was so surprised that they took used a third-round pick on a punter. It just lets you know they don't know what's going on. It's definitely going to come down to the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans in my mind. I would even say I would give Texans 70% because Tennessee Titans, they're quietly just reloading over there.
Hater. He's a hater.
I'm a hater because I said they
He's
have
a hater.
70% chance to win
He
the
also
division.
dogged Rice, so if you heard that too. Wasn't me. It wasn't the Razorback. It was a hootie-hoo.
There you go. So I do think it's going to be interesting to watch, and I like the fact that you bring up it's going to be a tough schedule. When you look at Detroit, Green Bay, the teams that they face, it's not a given that they're going to win any of these games. It all comes down to Matt Schaub's foot. That's where I'm going to leave it when we talk about where we're going with the Houston Texans, where they're going to go. It all depends on what Matt Schaub can do if he's 100% from the Liz Frank injury.